What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran, and thanks to Philip, I'm going to start reacting to their Thank You album, which is to say an album of covers from what I understand. And indeed, the first track on the album is White Lines, which I remember that song from my youth. I don't know if it was like one of the first sort of hip-hop tracks that stuck out to me as a single-digit kid in the 80s, but I certainly do remember hearing it. My understanding is that Melle Mel actually performs on this with them. When it was first brought to my attention that they had an album of covers and someone was like, oh, White Lines is one that you gotta listen to. I was like, wait, is that the White Lines that I'm remembering? And I looked it up, and apparently this cover, 1995 from what I understand, again, not only includes Melle Mel, who did the original record, but also Grandmaster Flash, who I'm not sure if he was involved in the production of the original record, but bottom line, my understanding is they both perform with Duran on the track. I also noticed when I looked into that after people had brought this to my attention, shout out to all of you, but that there are a crazy number of remixes. There's like 20 or something remixes of Duran's version of the tunes, so bottom line, I'm intrigued to hear it. Once again, shout out to Philip for letting me access Thank You. So, let's get it started. This is Duran Duran's cover of Melle Mel's track, which originally was 1983, I believe, and this cover is from 1995. Duran Duran, White Lines. Which, if you'll know, the original was about cocaine use, addiction, the drug trade. The guitars immediately charting out a different sonic atmosphere. But also staying true to the original right away. Hey. Already it's like, it feels better than the original, all respects. Like a slightly darker feel. Oh, the guitar. There's like some synth work in there, I think. That's Melle Mel. Thinking about the boldness of the original tune, and then the sonic boldness of this version is overtaking my brain at the same time. The synth work is subtle, but it's accentuating what's happening very well. Bass and guitar is killing it.
He got out 3 years from now just to commit more crime. A businessman is caught with 24 kilos. He's out of bail and out of jail, and that's the way it goes. Yeah. Sugar. Cane. Sugar. Cane. Activists rejected. Governors corrected. Gangsters, thugs, and smugglers are thoroughly respected. The money gets divided. The women get excited. Now I'm
Very like slippery kind of mouse-like thing. Again, the bass and guitar like, rocking off. Oh, wow. A forceful end. I was wondering, because it, it's sort of like going through like a refrain and sort of interludes for the last like minute or so, and I did wonder where the end was coming, but I didn't expect it in the moment that it actually came. Yeah, super cool. I remember the original, hadn't listened to it for a while, probably should have tracked it down before hearing this, but again, like, it's a song I knew well from childhood, so I felt like I would have remembered it, even without that listen, which I did. But yeah, it's interesting, the guitar and the bass work, like, really stuck out to me. Again, the synth work was more like supplemental or accompaniment, but I thought it really worked well, and there was some like real kind of like high like touches, and again that one like near the end, I think it was in earlier sections as well, but like very sort of like high and slippery. So yeah, the composition, like the production, I really enjoyed it. I wonder, like, were all the vocals from Melle Mel like re-recorded like anew for this version? Because like some of the parts where he's kind of giving shout outs, that sounded new, but they're like some of the vocals like sounded so close to the original. I was wondering, did they use the original vocal, or did they get him to like into the studio to re-record it? I assume the latter, but do let me know. But yeah, a top tune, very cool, and again, all respect to the original, which, like I was thinking while I was listening, it's a bold statement in the early 80s of like, hey, everyone pay attention, like this is a popular song, but this is a serious issue that, is plaguing communities in different ways and ultimately contributing to some of the things that people claim to not be in favor of, addiction, crime, and so on, but people, there didn't seem to be a lot of public like effort or push to address that as much as it could have been. So yeah, I enjoy the sort of significance of the original tune in terms of its like social sort of activism in a way, but I enjoy this version because it sort of retains all that feeling, but it makes it rockier. It gives it more of an edge, and it's sort of a again, like it felt like a genre bending sort of tune rather than just straight hip hop, because it did feel like hip hop in sections, but again, with the guitar and the bass going the way they were, it also felt very much like a heavier kind of synth rock tune. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to seeing what other covers are on here. Obviously, with a cover album, it's sort of like, some tunes you won't know the original at all, so like the, significance of it might be lost on you, at least to a certain degree. So yeah, I'll see how many more of these I know, and perhaps, in anticipation of a particularly good cover on the album, I might be willing to like check out the original just to, have that as a frame of reference. So I don't know, let me know what you think, and again, I'll have to see what the covers or who they're from as we go through the album. But once again, shout out to Philip, really appreciate you. Shout out to all of you who keep commenting on Duran and the different contributors and the different sort of albums and phases. Looking forward to starting yet another album. So yeah, let me know what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time.